Yes, people, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the own Yaya. And yes, this is the daily news. And I apologize, I haven't been around for the last couple of days, but been some very tough times within my family with some bad news, with some things going on. And also, I just had to take a step back because I was not 100% at all. And I couldn't come in front of the camera. So, apologies, but we're here now and we're 100% and we're ready to go as long as we can. So a lot of things was been happening while I've been gone, and Kobe Mainoo's situation with him not being able to please his master, they ran with that story. I see them running with the Rashford story. I see them running with the Bruno story. And also I see the joy they have in their eyes in the Manchester United fan base of a player not being able to fulfill his full potential at their club. They're not really understanding how bad it looks on the club that every player that walks in the door underperforms. It's not on the player, mates. It's on the club. It's on the toxic environment that all you media people, all you fans create around these players and run with narratives to hit algorithms. And then now when these players don't perform, y'all can say, yes, we were right. You're a failure. You're no good. You're not good enough. And that's what happening to a lot of players at Manchester United. And it's sad to see. But at the end of the day, when you have toxic fans, you have a toxic environment, no one can fulfill their full potential in no sort of environment of that sort. Now, already they're running with the Kobe Mainoo situation, talking about Mainoo posting this thing, can't be able to prove to his master he's good enough. And it's just ignorance. He had to put a post out there saying, bro, this is not true. Like, I'm just working hard. I posted a movie. It means nothing cryptic. Already they're trying to create animosity and drama between Mainoo and Amarin. And it's just running with stories because they have nothing to talk about. And that is the sad truth about it all. When you have a lot of people who want to talk about a club, there's nothing at all going on at the club right now. Usually, every international window, they hope United lose. They hope. ESPN was hoping Bruno Fernandes missed a penalty against Burnley so they could have been able to talk about how poor he was throughout the starting of the season. They already had a post pre-scheduled for him to be able to miss that penalty in the game. Are y'all really thinking about what's going on with these media people? So don't feel sorry for them. That's why you see every little story that they see on Twitter or they go on Facebook and they see some post from someplace. They don't even tag the people to give them the benefit of their work. What all they're doing is running with these things, giving you quotes from people saying, oh, quotes coming out from, you don't even know the source, this dude from Twitter telling them that this is what's happening somewhere in the world. Bro, it's poor. Learn to bring content to people about football. It's football content. Why y'all can sit down there, a bunch of group y'all, and sit down and say, hey, let's talk about tactical changes. Let's talk about how can we improve Manchester United without going on an agenda spree. Let's talk about how we can improve it tactically. What would you do? How would you coach this player to get better at his weaknesses? Let's have those discussions. But nah, we can't. We want to hit the algorithms and have pure agendas. But any which way, Onana. Onana's gone to Trabzonspor. Now, this is a team in Turkey. For a lot of y'all don't know, they haven't really been able to win the league. So them picking up Onana, I don't think it's to win the league, but it's to attract bigger players and better players to come to the club. I can see that's what the point is. They can't afford Onana. So what they're doing is paying him an additional bit of money to meet his salary and more at Manchester United. He's also being paid by Manchester United. So he's getting what he's earning now, plus the 25% that he walked into the club asking for after he was one of the reasons why the club isn't in the Champions League. Oh, no. You're the reason why you're in this position, bro. Because when you really think about it, if I am the manager and Onana pull that stunt, bro, I'm doing the same thing. I'm asking him to leave. I'm telling the club, I'm calling Wilcox, I'm calling Omar Barada, I'm calling Jimmy Ratcliffe, I'm calling Christopher Favell, I'm calling everybody, have their number and say, oh, let me tell you something. Right? You see this one here? The one named Onana, what's his name? Yeah, get him out the club. This man come ask me for a 25% increase after he's the reason why we're not even in the Champions League. The disrespect. And not only that, he was one of the reasons at fault in a lot of games last season. No, I'm not an Onana hater, and I would have really liked it for work for Onana at the club. I said it when they were getting rid of David De Gea. A goalkeeper's main purpose is to save shots. But of course, the delusion of United fans, Ten Hag want this system, And of course, I am a big Ten Hag advocate. And of course, Ten Hag brought Onana to the club. So it's not that I'm saying, oh, we shouldn't. No one here is to be blamed or Ten Hag is to be blamed. Because I know the people who know I love Ten Hag will come after me and say, oh, Ten Hag bought Onana or whatever. But at the end of the day, let us be honest. Onana was bought to be a footballing goalkeeper, but never was the club playing that way because so much pressure was on the team all the time. You know, if Onana is to make a mistake, they have a compilation of all his mistakes since he was a kid at Barcelona. But you have goalkeepers like Alisson, you have goalkeepers like Edison, you have even Trafford, who's been there for 3 weeks already making mistakes to the point where Pep said, partner, let's go get Donnarumma before this man embarrass the club. So, you know, sometimes when you see people going on about these players and they just want to criticize these players just based on no reason, but for me, hatred and them wishing they could be where these players are, and they just being failures at what they've done, that they actually make these players worse. You know, when we talk about making these players worse and stuff, right, it's like the same situation with like Marcus Rashford, how they have rumors going on now with Marcus Rashford, and basically Barcelona doesn't want Marcus Rashford anymore. Again, United fans, please stop asking for players to fail. The guy isn't even at the club. Yeah? The guy isn't even... You sent a player out on loan for a reason and one reason only. For him to upscale his value, for you to be able to sell him. So why do you want him to fail so bad? You know why? Because it kills y'all that even if he's not in Manchester United, he's still in the England team. Thomas Tuchel still like him. He picked up a move to one of the biggest teams in the world after they won the La Liga. They decided, you know what, Marcus Rashford is the man for us. They didn't get Luis Diaz. They went straight for Marcus Rashford. So that is what's burning the eyes of the haters from Manchester United fan base. And it's sad to see. It's sad to see. Because this guy did so much for the club, yet y'all want to see him fail. Now the minute they say it, they couldn't wait. Oh God, the fan base couldn't wait. The content creators couldn't wait for Marcus Rashford. They couldn't wait for Marcus Rashford, some news negative to come out about Marcus Rashford. And have y'all ever seen what really happens at United? They never go after the players that are shit now. You know, the media never go after the players like the Casemiros who should leave the club, the Lindelofs who should have left the club a long time ago, the Dallos who should have left the club. They never go after these players now. They never attack these players. They never go after Tom Heaton. They never go after Altay Bayindir. They don't go after these players. They always go after the best players at the club. Bruno Fernandes, Kobe Mainoo, Marcus Rashford. Can I continue to name it? Paul Pogba. Let's not forget they attacked Zlatan Ibrahimovic, even when Zlatan was the big man at the club. They attacked Cristiano Ronaldo. They're the ones that caused drama between Cristiano and Ten Hag. Let's not make it all like seem like it's just a simple thing. The media funneled the drama between Ten Hag and Ronaldo. They funneled that. So we need to realize the media play a major part in a lot of what goes on in the locker room at this club. Here Marcus Rashford has left and they're still attacking Rashford, talking about Barcelona isn't happy with him after 270 minutes. Yet Fabrizio Romano just had to come and rubbish it. And you don't even usually hear Fabrizio Romano use the terminology saying shit like bullshit. So you know he's really also upset about that rumor being spread about Marcus Rashford. When you know it's false, you can see the media trying to tap this guy just because. And I just don't understand. Why are they consistently talking about other players like the Jacks, like all these other English players they talk about? All this sympathetic way about them trying to catch back their career. But Marcus Rashford, you need to fail. You have to fail. If you don't fail, we are not happy. So that is the way we're going to go after a player like Rashford. And I realize it's a common thing happening at United, especially for a lot of these young players. And y'all need to stop it. And y'all continuously start to go after all the best players all the time. Which is what brings me to my other part of the news today with Bruno Fernandes. Now, I just don't understand why people would think that we need to sell Bruno in order to bring in a midfielder. Why would you want to sell the most creative midfielder in the world right now? Why would you want to sell the most available footballer in the world right now? There is no footballer in the world that plays more football than Bruno Fernandes. I don't have to check statistics. If Manchester United is in all competitions, which they were for the last couple of seasons for a while, whether it's they were in Europe, they were in the cups later down to the latter stages. So and they have to play 38 games in the Premier League anyway. So Bruno Fernandes has played a lot of football. Let's talk about how much he plays every game for Portugal. 90 minutes. Doesn't get sub. He's probably going to play 90 minutes again tonight or tomorrow whenever Portugal play. So this man is not only available all the time, he creates a lot of chances all the time. So for us to consistently be attacking this man as the problem, it's a fucking joke, man. It's a joke. Stop asking for Bruno to be sold. Stop asking for Bruno Fernandes to leave the club. Bruno Fernandes is a top quality footballer who has earned the right to leave Manchester United when he decides to retire. Nobody can say he don't deserve that. When you put in that kind of hard yards in a team that isn't as successful and you're part of the success of that club in some of the hardest times of that club, you've been there every game. You've been there whether the team is losing, winning. You've been part of the problem. You've been part of the solution. You've been part of everything. This is the guy that you want to get rid of, who's fought for the club under all these managers. Yes, you can say, okay, he's been a part of all the teams that have gotten the manager's sack. But has he ever been one of the guys who has underperformed? People will say, oh, he give away the ball a lot. Of course he give away the ball a lot. If I play every game 90 minutes, all the minutes of the game, I'm not going to give away the ball more times than most of the people that's playing around me if they're not playing as much as me. If I play 90 minutes and you play 0, how are you going to give away the ball more than me? You don't fucking play, so you can't give away the ball more than me. I played more than you. So all these statisticians or whatever you call it, right? They out here putting all these numbers, these analysts, all of them putting all these numbers, attaching them to these players without really giving you the basis and understanding and oh shit, you know what, at the end of the day, this man played nearly all the games for all his teams, both club and country. So probably the chances of you marking him fucking up every game is higher than any other player that's not playing every game. Come on, people, we gotta do better. But it's been your boy. It's been your boy as always, yeah. Bringing you the great news as usual. Yes, people, and also please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the page. Keep hitting the bell for notifications so I can continuously keep bringing you great content going forward. Help me to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible so we can get the page monetized and keep it operating and keep it getting to greater levels. Have a good time. Take care. Stay sexy, my people. And ciao.